Hi everybody, just let me show you how to correctly mount an evChargeking Tesla connector to a cable. I've got everything here to assemble the connector. So maybe a first thing we can do is just prepare the box with the electronics. So you've got a little print and a battery. It goes in like this. No, oops. Take a plus on top and you just put it in. Okay, I'm throwing everything here. This is the little black box with the connection pins. Okay, just put in the print and gently push until it's seated like that. Okay, then you put a lid on top like this. Okay, and you hold it in your hand. And then the next thing we do is take the right half of the two shells and just push a little bit so that you squeeze the rubber which is inside here and which seals everything, and just push it in here. Okay, like this. You see? Okay. Then we're going to start with our cable. I have a piece of 6-meter cable here. Now the first thing you're going to do, and I'm going to emphasize this, the first thing you need to do, and please don't forget it, is put on these parts. I've made this mistake like a dozen of times in the beginning, but it means that you can start your work all over again if you forget to put these on first. Okay. Then we take off the sheath of the cable. Normally you take about 10 to 12 centimeters. You see I've got 11 here. Between 10 and 11 is okay actually. So like this. And just take off the cable. Okay, dust it off a little bit because it's got chalk. You can remove any kind of retaining wire or cord. Okay. And then you take off the insulation from the wires separately. So what we need to take off is about this long. I should say 1 to maximum 12 millimeters. Okay, we do that every cable. Okay, and then the little one. Okay, we twist all the wires. All right. Next thing we have to put on is the baits for the terminals. So you have to take good care. The blue one goes here. The gray one goes next. Then goes in the black one. Brown. And earth is in the middle. Okay, so really mind, this is the correct sequence. Blue, gray, black, brown. And then earth in the middle. Okay, just push everything through. Okay, what we need to do next is take this little piece and with a small plier you just fold it double and pinch on it. Put on shrinking sleeve or maybe push it through this hole first. I prefer to take the red cable for this one, so it goes down to the PP hole. See, there's a CP and a PP. Goes down PP, which is proximity pilot. Okay, put on shrinking sleeve. Put on one of the small terminals. And crimp it to the wire. I always put my crimping tool against the table so I can push. Okay, next we put the black wire together with the earth so it goes through. Put these a bit out of the way, and then we take these two together, put on one of the big heat shrinks. They are lined inside with a glue, so if you heat them up, there's a glue on the inside which makes it really watertight. Okay, put that one over one of the big terminals, put it over both wires. Okay, and then use the correct crimping tool. It's a Harding that I use, and you just crimp it together like this. See, nice and clean crimp. Okay, the other 4 wires the same. Put on the heat shrink and crimp on the terminals. See here as well, I put my crimping tool on the table to be able to exert more force on the crimper. Oops. All right. So what's left now is our CP wire. Put it through the CP hole. Don't forget to put around the heat shrink as well. Okay. And attach the second small terminal. So with this tool, it's the second slot I use. With this one, it's the biggest one I use. Okay, so this one, the biggest. It's marked 10. And this one is marked 1.5. Okay. So, now it's time to shrink the heat shrings. I use in SMD reworking station to do that, which blows hot air. Okay, so smaller ones. And then the big ones. They take a little longer. You can also do this with a lighter, of course, or a heat gun, whatever you got. But since it's lined with glue on the inside, it really seals off very well, and there's no chance that water can ever get to the contacts. All right. So now we have to put all the terminals in the block. A bit of jiggling around and just line them up and push them in. Okay, next thing is to put on the O-rings on all 5 terminals, and then it's time to take the big block and just put over it. Sometimes it takes a bit of haggling around before you can get it to seat, but it needs to be in like this. Okay, we're going to fasten this one. It's with a T10 and 4 small screws. These really are small screws, and it takes a little bit of practice to get them in. There's 4 of them. You see, I'm all using just normal hand tools to get the job done. Okay, let's build it into our connector. We twist the cable a little bit, and then we take the piece we prepared before with the electronics, and we put it in like this. Okay. Get it to seat. Okay, you push the cable a little bit. So you could have done with a little less cable. Okay, take the little metal bracket. Going to try to put a bit more like this. Okay. So we put the bracket and take 2 of the shorter screws, of which there are 6. So we take them and change this to a T15. Okay. This. Make sure it's well tightened. Okay. Then we need to put on this on the electronics here. So like this. So. And just watch that these small cables don't get in the way of these 2 screws here. Okay. Put this in the keeper. Okay, and then we're ready to mount the other shell. Mind that this one doesn't come out. I normally use a pair of scissors to just guide it or close it up real smoothly here, and then I push it in. You see, it takes a bit of a practice, but it's not difficult at all. And then it's just closing up the connector. Okay. Now we have taken 2 bad ones. Okay. 4 of the small screws go into the 4 holes in the back, and the front screws are the longer versions. These are the only 2 long screws that come with a kit. Okay. Okay, now we're almost done. The only thing is, on this model, the thread on the back is a little bit too small, and that's why I put a little bit of the blue tape on the back. So you take the first piece and then you put one turn of the blue tape around here, and it will make sure that the screw will fit nicely and won't jump the threads. Okay, so now you just screw it on, and there you go. You have a fully functional Tesla. I have a tester here, you might hear it. If I push the button, you see that it responds, and the Tesla lock or the Tesla charging port will open if you push the button. Okay, that's all there is to it.